Hello, we just finished meeting for pronunciation practice on Tuesday, August 30th. And we started with, well, we didn't really start with this, but I had a blank space here. True. Excuse me. For the TR, you definitely want to make contact and drag your tongue back for the R. Tr, to make that ch noise. True. But for number 4, well, I'll go to number 6. Through. Keep your tongue between your teeth or slightly behind your teeth, but make sure there's airflow going over your tongue through. And you may need to pull your tongue down a little bit before you curl the tip back so that it doesn't touch and say through, but through. And it doesn't matter if it's spelled like past tense of throw, I threw the ball, he threw a great party, or the THROUGH. Are you through with that? Which is a good practice for a lot of THs. Are you through with that? And now back to number 4, sorry. Throw, throw, and thrown. So same thing, pull it down, pull your tongue down before you start curling back so you can have an R. Thrown, thrown, through. And this you can say with the T or without the T. So you can say mental or skip the T, mental, because your tongue is going to the N and T position, which is the same position. So you put it up for mental, put it back up for L, or mental. And in fact, you don't even need to move your tongue. Once you put it in the N position, you're already ready for the L. And when you say an N, your tongue seals off all the air from the sides of your mouth, so the air goes through your nose. But for an L, the sides of your tongue come down so air can come out the sides. Oh, so you can hold it there, mental, mental, and just move your tongue down so that air can come out the sides. That would be the least effort you could make. Sloppy. This looks like an O, but it sounds like ah. Sloppy. It made me think of Sloppy Joe, the hamburger thing. Embed. Embed. This is the verb. It stresses on the second syllable. If you use embedded, now it's an adjective. The image is embedded in the email or something. Fog. This is ah, so the jaw is low and the lips are straight. Fog. There's a lot of fog. It's foggy. Noun, adjective. And we practice the difference between a word, a word that can be offensive. So you should be careful how you use this, but it's good to know the difference so that you don't accidentally say it when you are trying to say number 10, fog. Number 11 is fag, and the lips are back. Fa. Number 10, fog. Number 11, fag. So that's the difference. If you're trying to say 11, keep your lips straight. Fog. Number 12, tutorial. Tutorial. And the reason this T doesn't change to a D, even though it's between two voiced sounds, the oo and the er, is because it's in the stressed syllable. So the T can only change to a D when it's in the unstressed syllable. Tutorial. That's why this T in the middle can change to a D because tu is stressed and tor is not. So we change it to tutor. Tutor. My tutor gave me a tutorial on pronunciation. Regularly. Regularly. This has a lot of movement. Regularly. So this lurly. Start with the L and the tongue in the L position. Excuse me. Lur, and then back to the L. Lurly, and then down for the E. Lurly. Regularly. We join you regularly each week. So I also have to slow down for this because there's a lot of movement in RL space. This, forget about the B. Just think of it as out, like outside, with a D, doubt. Oh, and I should put a line there because this line is to remind you to hold your tongue in the T position. I doubt that will happen. If there was a vowel after it, then you would hear it and the T would change to a D. I doubt it. Let me put that here. If I said, I doubt it. Now, doubt it, this T and I connects and it will sound like I doubt it. I doubt it. And I had examples of out, get out. This T changes to a D and it sounds like doubt. Get out. Oh, I forgot the D. Get out. You need the D. Get out. And get out of here. Get out. Those T's change to D's. Get out of here. Get out of here. You don't have to say of, you can say and the T connects. Outa. Get outa. Get out of here. Regularity. Regularity. Anything that ends in itty will sound like uddy. Regularity. You can say g or gi, and the stress is on tar. Guitar. Guitar. This very tiny g. It's not stressed, so you won't notice. So either one is fine. Guitar. It's less common, but you might hear it putting stress on the first syllable guitar. It could happen. Completely. This T is silent. The T is completely silent because your tongue is going up for the T and then it stays there without saying completely. You just hold it there completely until you're ready for the lee. Completely. Bribe. This is an I. Bribe. And the B, you just close your lips. If the next sound is a consonant, you won't hear it. Are you trying to bribe me? But if the next sound is a vowel, you'll hear it. A bribe of $100. Experience. Experience. I have 5 years experience in giving bribes. There is a tiny difference between the final sound in the word is voiced, like duh, or voiceless. T. If it's voiced, the vowel before it will be a tiny bit longer. This is very hard to hear. It's a tiny bit, so you don't need to exaggerate. Weed, and then 22, wheat. It's 21, weed. 22, wheat. 21, weed. 22, wheat. Tiny difference. You won't hear the D or the T unless there's a vowel after it, so your tongue just goes to that position. Weed, wheat. Whole wheat bread. You don't really hear a T at all. Wit. This is a short duration because it ends with a voiceless sound, and it's the I sound, so your tongue's a little more relaxed, so it can be a little shorter. Wit. She has great wit, meaning she has a great sense of humor, or just totally, probably more common, she's really funny. Grit. Same vowel, same it ending, and this means I should put here determination. And here's a great video from Angela Duckworth on the power of grit. I use her, I wanted to show that picture again. I use it to show the difference in pitch because she has a wide pitch range. When I was 27 years old, I left a very demanding job. So when I was 27 years old, ooh, so she's a great example of hearing what is sometimes hard to hear in everyday conversation, starting high in pitch and stepping down to the end. So it's a great topic, and she's a very dynamic speaker using a very wide range. That's a good example. Pseudonym, or you can get rid of the duh and just say pseudonym, or this is probably easier with the D, pseudonym. It means fake name. Idiom, idiom, or idiom, or idiom. That's it. Thank you very much. If you were here, it was so much fun. It was great to see everybody. Thanks for practicing. And if you weren't, I hope you can join us sometime. Thanks. I'll see you next week.